Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and I am back for another video about the Matthew journal, but I had to pick back up where I was last time because I couldn't let it go, and I've been kind of messing around, and I just wanted to show you guys some of these ruffles I've made and little cutouts. So I kind of cut those out like paper dolls and used some distress ink. So that'll make a pocket on the side of a page. And then I cut this out. Again, same kind of idea like a paper doll. Folded it up, cut it around, and then I took my paper punch just to kind of give it the idea of eyelet. So these were kind of the final. Let's see, what else did I have? Thought I had another. Here's the pocket with the music pleated onto it, and oh, here's one with napkins. So anyway, that is the end of that, and so I'm going to clear this off. I'll be back and we'll start on the next step. Okay, here we are. I've got my pages here, and what I'm going to do is fold them in half. And I tell you, I just realized, well, this is the only one, I guess. Is it inked? I always find, you probably do too, there's always like one or two that I forget to ink. This one does not look like it's inked. And I'm going to bind my signatures, which, you know, there's no set rule that at what point you have to do that. I just have decided I could wait and I could do some other things first. Like if you're going to do ribbon sliders or anything where you're going to sew on the sewing machine, of course it's easier to do it on these pages before they're bound. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and bind my signatures. So the first step is to fold them, and I honestly haven't decided if I should. This is what I did for 3 years. I just folded them like that, but I may decide that this is the best way. Let me just see. I used a scoring board last time and I wasn't that thrilled. So my pages are 10.5. So that means 5 1/4. That's where I would need to score them. So let me try it. I did it last time, and I don't know. Whoops, that might be why, because I couldn't stay in the groove. Let me see. Well, no, sure enough, it's super easy. All right, I'm going to use my scoring board. So 5 1/4 is where I need to be. So the trick is to just keep the groove. I have been having a blast with those tags. You know how that goes. Whenever you get on a kick of something that excites you, it's just kind of wakes it all back up again. You get all excited about doing junk journaling. So that's what's happened with me. So the other thing that's been going on is, so I have this group on Facebook. You guys are probably in it, but in case you aren't, I will say I have a group on Facebook, and I called it Jesus Junk Journals Creators. And so you're welcome to come and join. And so, you know, we've been going along for the last, well, since 2020. So this is the 4th year. And just gradually growing, you know, kind of a sleepy little group. And then all of a sudden, it has just blown up and gone crazy. And so as of right today, I have like 2,800 people. So from about probably, I don't know, I didn't pay attention, but I think probably around 500 or 600 people, it suddenly jumped up to 2,800. So it's been kind of interesting and kind of fun, and definitely a lot more active, a lot more people talking and chatting and posting things. So please come and join us if you want to. So it's taking more time too. And Leona, who's doing the Bible recap for me, thank you, Leona, thank you, thank you, thank you. She's posting on that every day and kind of guiding people that want to do it through the Bible this year. That's one reason why I'm not putting my videos out like I ought to. That's one reason. And then and the fact that I have this class going kind of takes some time and attention and mental capacity. So anyway, here I am making excuses. I just need to get with it and get this journal made and get on to the next journal. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that are saying that. So enough excuse making. I will do it. And that class has been really cool because it's people who haven't done it before, and it just reminds me, kind of brings me back to the basics and redoing it, and kind of gets me excited to do it again. Okay, so let's see, what do we have here? I am thinking I'm going to do 3 signatures. So let's see. I always like to add extra pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that would be 5 pages per signature. The only one that really makes a difference is this would be your title page. So let me see. Do I have any reason to signal or? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say these are the different ones. So I want to make sure that those are in different signatures. I don't want all those in one. And then the plain ones I can distribute. So let's see. This one has a frame, and this sort of has a lace frame. And so I'll make sure those go in different ones. Oh, this one was the other one that had more design. Let's see, do I have, I guess that kind of does with the birds. So here's another lace frame. So I'm just making sure, like lace, lace, lace. So they're all kind of distributed into the different sort of design. I think this has a floral, so I'm going to put that one there, put that one there. And so let's see how many I have. I've got 3 there, so I'm just going to give a 2 there. Got 3 here, so I need 2 there, and I've got 3 here and 2 there. Okay. So now I'm going to look and see. I usually like to put at least 1 cloth page in my journals. Do I want to do that? Let me go and see what I have, and I'll be back. I am back, and I think I forgot to put my microphone on that last segment. But I put it on this time, so you should be able to hear me better. So I put it on this time, you should be able to hear me better. Sorry about that. So I found some papers here that I'm going to include. So I need them to sort of be the same, similar size. This is a little bit smaller, and that's fine. This is just a piece of copy paper that I sprayed coffee through a placemat, a vinyl placemat that has holes in it. And so I'm gonna, let's see, how much do I need to tear off of that? Just a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna tear it off of, actually I can tear off as much as I want. Okay. So I think, will that get me, I might tear off one edge. But I'm not worried about them all being uniform. So I'll just tear one edge and one edge. And that'll get it within range. And then this is a piece of just regular scrapbook paper that I've cut a bunch of them down to about the size of a page. And then I have a hymn that I did stencil and coffee spray through. And same thing on this one. This was out of a Bible dictionary kind of book. This is out of my eco prints that I've done, and it's on heavy watercolor paper. And probably need to use the scoreboard on that because it's very thick. So let's see. It's 11. One mark down from 11. So 5.5, just a little bit less than 5.5. See if I can score this and get it to fold better. It's pretty heavy though. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Let me try that again. Okay. Oh, much better. When am I going to learn, right? It's just so much better with the scoring board. Okay. All right, so, oh, and then there's a cloth page, and this is Tim Holtz fabric, 2 different ones, and I just used fusion material between them and ironed it. And so I'm going to use that as a page. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's this one. So 7, so 2 in each one and 3 in one of them actually. So I'm going to put this one in here and that one and then this, and this is thicker. So I'm going to do two pages in that. Let me see what I'm going to do. And this is thick. So actually, that's similar to that. Okay, I'm going to put that with that, and then this third page I'll put over here because they're very thin papers. So this one gets 3 papers, this gets 2, and this gets 2. So then the next thing is I need to ink these. And let's see if I can get something to kind of add a little support there. It looks like some of my mica spray went through a stencil and some watercolor on some just regular notebook paper. Let me do this real quick. I'm getting excited because the garden's waking up and all the flowers have come up. It's early, but like the petunias, the peonies are already budded out. And actually I was kind of concerned about them getting frozen because we did have a couple of freezing nights, but it looks to me like they're going to be okay. And actually my tree peonies already bloomed, which is pretty, seems really early, but the iris are, you know, budding out. And the purple iris are what really add great color on these eco prints. I've got videos out there on how to do the eco printing too if you want to do that. And it's really fun, so I highly recommend it. And I want to do some more this year, so I need to use some of my sheets up because I have quite a few. Because, you know, you kind of tend to hoard. It's like some of these papers, like your Tim Holtz papers, you kind of hoard them, and it's like you got to quit doing that and just use them so they show up in your journals. I'm talking to myself. I like this rough edge here where I tore it out of the binding. Where the stitches were, it makes a nice edge. The Royal Telephone. I don't think I've ever sung that hymn. I don't think I've ever heard of that hymn. So we have, of course, this one. And then, so then you got to arrange your pages how you want them. This should be fairly easy. I said, then I opened that one up. because a lot of them are plain, but ooh, I love that one. I really like how that came out. I think that'll go well with that, yep. And then of course in the center you want whatever one you like the best. I like that one a lot, but it doesn't really need to be. You know what, I'm going to take this one out. I don't want a bicycle in here. That doesn't, I just don't want that in here. So I'm going to leave it out. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. And that's fine. Make sure if there needs to be one as far as being right side up. I don't think oh, this one, hallowed be thy name. So I'm going to put that on the outside. And then, let's see, this. I want that in the middle? No. Do I have one that I want in the middle? Well, maybe I do want that one in the middle. And then this one I need to fold. Put it here. And then this one, whoops. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay. Okay, so you know what I didn't look at? I looked at the outside of them and broke them up, but I didn't look at the inside. And this one, let me see, I don't think I have that napkin in this signature. So I don't want two of them the same. So I'm going to take this one out, put this one in, so they're not two alike in the same signature. And then this one, that's kind of alike actually. Well, maybe I just move it back in the rotation. And then the fabric, I'm going to put here, I think. Oh, and I need to, it looks like I probably need to trim down the fabric. I'm just going to use a pen. Okay. I need to go out and see if Tim Holtz has got any new fabric. I haven't shopped for, I try not to shop because I've got so much stuff already that I need to use up. But I am curious what his latest things might be. Okay. Okay. Get my little awl and my embroidery, or not my upholstery needles. I'm going to get the thinnest one out. Get my waxed linen thread. I'm going to go 2.5 times. 1, 2, 2.5. Most people say 3 times because it's simpler, but I figured why throw the thread away, right? So I do 2.5 because I was throwing away a big old piece of thread every time. Okay, thread my needle, get my styrofoam and my awl. Now, I don't make a whole lot of fuss about this. Some people do, and you can do whatever you want. You can be as fussy as you want to be. So I'm just going to push it down really well and put a clamp on it. You want this almost shut, folded. You do not want to make your punch holes with it opened up flat. It will be a totally different thing. You need it shut, pushed all the way down like I did with the ruler, and then you poke your holes. And I'm just going to eyeball it. That looks like about the center to me. Poke a hole, come up to the top, come down about 1 inch and poke a hole, flip it around, poke another hole, and then I'm going to come in from the back and hope it goes all the way through. And it does, there it is. And then pull that through. Leave a tail about that long. Come over here, poke it back through that hole. You're just making a figure 8. Pull it until I see it's moving here. This is the only tricky part. You want to hold this tail down. You do not want to catch that. That will be bad. You'll have to start over basically. If you snag this thread with the needle, it'll be a bad deal. So you want to put the needle as close up above it in the same hole as you can. Just wiggle the needle around, it eventually comes out. And I did manage to not snag it, so that's a good thing. And so now I'm going to come back up to this hole, poke it through, take my needle off, pull it really tight, get all the slack out of your string. Make sure you get all the slack out. Then you're going to tie it, and you're going to pull it down to the middle here with the knot. And I tie about 3 times because mine slips sometimes and I don't like it. So I'm going to tie it 3 times. And I'll just leave those for now. And that one's done. So now the next one. So these pages that aren't the same, I'm going to center them. Make sure I've got this little short page centered. And make sure it's poked down in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to eyeball the center. Poke it through. Come up here about 1 inch away from the top and poke it. And on this one, I'm going to start from the center. Poke it down inside there, pull it out, and leave that tail on the inside this time. And go in this side. And again, now here's where you don't want to catch the tail, so you hold it down. This is where having 3 hands would be a good thing. Hold it down. And then put your needle back up through that hole and don't let it touch the thread. That one came out pretty simply. It's trying to unthread itself though, so hang on. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna, put it back through here. There it is. All right, unthread my needle and then you tie it. So figure 8. Tie it 3 times and I'll just leave that there. And then we're ready for the third one. Ruler and just poke it down, make sure everything's down as far as it can be. Clamp it because I did not thread my needle. And I'm going to go through the center on this one too. Oh, I haven't poked my holes yet. Okay, so take the awl, eyeball it, get the center, poke the one at the top, poke the one at the bottom, and then put your needle in the center hole. And and the top hole. And then hold that thread down, poke it back through that middle hole, poke it back through the top hole, take your needle off, pull it super tight, and tie the knot in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So there are our 3 signatures. I'm going to stop on this one and we will move on the next video. But we've got our signatures sewn. Hallelujah. Okay, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.